And just like that, UFC 297 is officially in the books. What a performance it was for Dricus Du Plessis. I give him all of my respect. I don't think he had enough respect going into this fight, but he definitely had Sean Strickland's respect. And that was the big change in the difference in this fight, I believe. Gosh, what a fight it was from Dricus.
Again, it's like I said, power. Dricus Du Plessis has power. And you saw it tonight. He hit Sean Strickland with some big right hands that cut him open, made him bloody, and ultimately made this fight a dirty fight. And that is what Dricus had to do. But I think the true burn moment in this fight, when the pace of the fight started to switch, was at the end of the first round with about 1:28 left. Dricus shot for a takedown, and he took Sean Strickland down with ease. It was a perfectly timed takedown, but what that told me was that he's going to do anything possible to win this fight. If it meant making a boring fight and wrestling him and taking him down after at the presser they were talking about how they were just going to stang and bang the entire fight. No, Dricus was here. Dricus wanted that respect, and I think that ultimately paid dividends going into the fourth and the fifth round was the constant wrestling, the constant takedowns, and the constant defending of takedowns for Sean Strickland ultimately weared him out, truthfully. Because this was a pace that I've never seen Sean Strickland fight with. I've never seen him go backwards, and I've never seen that little of punches of an output.
Yeah, whenever you're the champion, aren't you supposed to fight with urgency, not be so technical? And I don't think a technical Sean Strickland is good. I think a flow state Sean Strickland pushing the pressure like how he did against Israel Adesanya, that's a championship fighter. Not going back against the cage. And credit to Dricus. His game plan was good. Shoot for takedowns, get him against a fence, and just brawl him. And that's that South African fighting style, I guess.
South Africa's got a new champion. But a thing that I would love Sean Strickland to have done in this fight was not just throw singular jabs. He was just popping one jab, one jab. Granted, he was peppering him with that jab all 5 rounds. But I felt like Dricus started to read that, and he started to time that jab and would come over with some big overhand lefts, some big overhand rights. And that left high kick landed good 3 times on Sean Strickland. So he started to time that jab. But I felt like if Sean Strickland could have double jabbed, even triple jabbed him, it would have kept Dricus out of range and wouldn't have allowed Dricus to come closer and to close the distance against the cage. Because that's ultimately when he had his biggest success, was when he was coming forward. And that's what he had to do. So credit to Dricus. He's the new champ. Do you think they run it back? Should they run it back? Should they run back this fight?
I think that's the question everyone in the MMA world has is, do they run it back or do you let the division keep moving? It's up to Dana White and Hunter Campbell. Whatever that Tuesday meeting is, they better come up with some scenario. But credit to Dricus. I want to touch on the Neil Magny fight and Mike Malott. How insane was that fight? I was one of those fans that were just like watching the TV, just like, gosh, another 3-0. But nope. Neil Magny, he did what he had to do. And fighters need to do this more. Whenever you have someone in mount, just start swinging, man. Start swinging. I don't care. I don't care what punches you're doing. Just start hitting them, because that will get the ref back. Hold on. Oh, yeah, done. And that's what Bueno Silva didn't do to Pennington.
Wow. It was incredible. Let's just show you guys our reaction right here. Look at us all yelling and stuff. But that was such a crazy turn of events because, like Pre said, we were just sitting there like, oh, coasting to a 3-0. But no, Neil Magny is a dog. And he has been a gatekeeper for this welterweight division for over 9 years. And that's for a reason. That is for a reason, because when it looked like he had no shot, he found a way and he got it done. And I think he just weared on Mike Malott in that third round. That was his best round. He started coming forward. He wasn't waiting. And I think once you start to not wait, those leg kicks aren't as prominent. Because when he was going on his back foot and he was up against the cage, that's when Mike Malott was tearing that left leg up. But once you start to go forward, you close the distance, and those kicks aren't that prominent. But another thing was he just weared on him. Mike Malott got tired, and he landed some vicious ground and pound on Neil Magny trying to stop the fight. But ultimately, his cardio couldn't hold up, and Neil Magny freaking pulled it out of the fire, and it was something that I had not think that was going to happen.
Yeah, what a burn moment for him. I believe this is his burn moment. He needed something that would spark the fire again, and I believe this win has done it. But I want to see Neil Magny go to southpaw. If he could go to southpaw, that would limit the inside leg kick, what Ian Gary did and what Mike Malott was doing. Because if he can't stop that, it's going to be a tough day and a tough night for his next opponents.
Yeah, I think the issue is he doesn't show himself in a southpaw at all. You know, when you start to take a few leg kicks and your leg's starting to hurt, you see people switch to the other stance, whether it be orthodox or southpaw, but he doesn't do that. He just keeps eating those leg kicks. So I think if he starts to show a bunch of different stance switches just constantly back and forth, it's going to limit the leg kicks a lot. But granted, he got the win. So what more can we say than Neil Magny got the win? You said that this burn moment is good for Neil Magny, which I truly believe so. But I think this is a burn moment for Mike Malott, because he had never been outside of the first round until tonight. So when he fought deep into the third round with 30 seconds left, when you're both dog tired, now he knows what that feeling is like. Now he knows what pushing his body beyond his limits are within a fight, with the adrenaline, with the emotions of fighting in your own country. He knows that feeling now. And don't be mistaken, Mike Malott is here to stay. He's here to stay, and I'm really excited to see what his future is, because I think this is a great learning lesson to see that when you got the fight in the bag, keep it in the bag. Don't let it go out. You don't have to finish the fight. He should have just coasted the third round when he had him on top, but he wanted to finish the fight. His ego got a little happy and ultimately cost him the fight. But I truthfully think this is a burn moment for Mike Malott.
Yeah, no, he's a young kid. He's young in this game, and the future is bright for him. But congrats to Raquel Pennington. What a performance. I've never been so irritated at someone in a fight, because whenever you're winning the fight, why would you want to get someone and push them against the fence whenever they can just submit you right there with that BJJ? I was losing, but she got a dub. Good for her. And she's the new bantamweight champion, and that sets up a great fight between her and Juliana Pena. And I would love to see how that fight would go.
I'm so happy for Raquel, because she's been in the sport for so long, and she's beat every single former champion of the women's 135-pound division except Amanda Nunes. And so I'm super happy for her. But again, I was watching the TV, pulling my hair out. Raquel, what are you doing? You clearly had the speed advantage on the feet. You clearly had the striking and the power on the feet advantage. Why would you keep engaging in these clinches?
Yes, and that's why you got to love this sport, man. Because whenever you think someone can beat the other guy, nope. And
that's why it's the greatest sport.
It is. It truly
it's the
is,
greatest
man.
Sport.
And I'm pumped for Dricus. Good for him. He proved me wrong, which I'm happy. I like when people prove me wrong. And hopefully see him versus Izzy. That'll be a great fight.
We'll see. But that's going to do it from this recap show. Like always, like, comment, and subscribe at the Burn Factory Podcast. Let us know in the comments, will you guys score the fight? Did Dricus, in fact, take the belt? Or do you think Sean Strickland was robbed and should have retained the title?
The Burn